my channel. Today is the day I plan for all year long. This is my third annual Best and Worst of Boxycharm. Guys, I love doing these videos for you. As I've said so many times, I think I'm the first person who did this video about 3 years ago. I didn't have a lot of makeup in my collection, and Boxycharm was like my go-to. It was the only way I was really getting introduced to new makeup, and now like 3 years deep, I am obsessed with my Boxycharm still to this day, and so happy to be able to make this video for you every year since I've been getting Boxycharms. I'm gonna be going through all of my favorites of 2018 and all of my worsts of 2018, and I'm gonna tell you now, there are so many of the worsts this year that I just don't have on me, so I'm gonna have to show them on the screen for you, because why would I keep that in my collection? If you are new to my channel, you may or may not know, every month, yes, I get the box, I unbox it for you, I let you know what I have. I also do wear tests, but I also go online and I go in depth into the reviews of other actual users and let you guys know what are people saying about the products. Other people have different types of skin, other types of ways they put on their makeup, to kind of give you more tips and tricks on how to make the Boxycharm makeup work, or when we all find out together it's just bad and we need to get rid of it, I tell you about that as well. If you are new to my channel, hi new friend! I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week, and a lot of it is kind of about Boxycharm. So if you like Boxycharm, stay tuned. Really quickly, before I get into this video, I have to let you know I'm doing a tiny little giveaway. I love these videos so much that I just kind of wanted to give back to you guys. And there is a brush set that I had told you guys I purchased that I was obsessed with, and so many of you said you really wanted it, you couldn't get your hands on it. So I went out and was able to get another box of these, and I have the Wet n Wild 10-piece brush collection for 2018. This is one of their holiday releases. I am going to be doing a giveaway with this. I am so excited about it. So to enter, it's very easy, very simple. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel and comment on my community page. I'm going to be having a picture of this on my community tab. Just comment, make sure you're subscribed, comment there, let me know that you are wanting to enter. And a second way that you can enter is also to go to my Instagram. There's going to be an image there as well, and you can just make sure you're following and like the picture and let me know in a comment there that you want to be entered into this giveaway. That is the only things you really need to do. Super easy, super fast, and I love these brushes. Just in case you're curious, if you have not been able to get your hands on these, they're really great quality brushes. I adore me some Wet n Wild as it is, so I was so excited to get my hands on another box of these to share with you guys. So let's dive into some Boxycharm makeup. I feel like I'm gonna be going through a lot of different products, just kind of letting you know, like, there are some things that almost made it into like a third category for me. There's a best and a worst and a meh part of it. I think we all have that meh category where we're like, I like it, but is it worth honorable mention? That was hard for me with this video because there are some things that I really enjoyed getting from Boxycharm, but I didn't feel like they totally made it to that next level. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that there are some products in here that I did like, but I didn't like love, that I thought they should qualify to be in my best. You may think that what something I say is one of my best. You may be like, oh, that was only okay for me, or oh, I hated that. Well, the way you can let us know what your favorites were are in my next video. I do the Boxycharm Awards. This is going to be my second year doing it, but this time I'm doing a twist. I do a lot of twists in my videos, and I need your voice. I need your recommendations. What were you loving with Boxycharm? What were you not loving with Boxycharm? There's going to be a poll going with different categories of makeup on my community tab, so be sure you vote to get your voice heard in the next video I do about Boxycharm, because I can't stop talking about Boxycharm. And P.S., if you're new here, not sponsored, I pay for my own boxes, and nobody at Boxycharm really knows who I am. Don't really know that's possible, because I talk about them all the time, but it's alright. I think I'm just going to go through these month by month, because as you guys may or may not know, I'm very dedicated to my Boxycharm, and I write notes with images all throughout the year of what I love, what I didn't love, and I kind of go through my old videos too to keep fresh in my mind what did I love, what worked, what didn't through my wear test. January was Rock 2017, and something that stood out to me the most when I was reviewing that video was my Galactic Lippy. This is a matte lip paint in the shade Posh. As much as I really enjoyed so much of that box, this is something that I have been using the entire year. I love the full pigment that this provides, but I also really like the color. For me and the kind of colors I like to use on my face, it goes great with any eye looks I do, and it's just something that I can reach for, keep it in my bag, and go, and it's not over drying, which is a huge thing for a liquid lip. Some things are just a little too dry and they really dry you out. This is something I can reach for that still keeps my lips moist. They still keep them really pigmented for a long time, even if I'm drinking a lot of water, if I'm eating food. This is something that stays put and I really, really like it. So this had to be in my best of 2018. The next product I'm gonna be talking about was something we got in the February box. These are a set of brushes that I have found all the way now to December. I still use one of these brushes on the daily. And since they came as a trio, I feel like I gotta talk about all three. These are the crown brushes. We're known to get Luxe brushes a ton, which we absolutely got this year, but these crown brushes really stood out to me. I really enjoyed this particular large one for a lot of like powder packing. I have oily skin, so a lot of times my makeup is very powder based. And what I really like is how there's enough fluffiness, but a nice dome shape that I can get right in areas where it can press some powders in and really keep my ish together. I personally need that. But also this small brush. I didn't know what the heck to do with it when I first got it, real talk. But then I found this works great for doing contour on my nose. What I really like is I can go into my contour, put half of the contour powder on my nose and kind of just like pack it down, go into the lighter shade and then blend it out. And I've always found that this works great for nose contour. A lot of other people like something a little bit thinner, something that's less complex maybe, but this for me and my nose has been amazing and I use this every single day to contour my nose. And I've gotten a lot of brushes through Boxycharm and my own shopping thinking, oh, someday something will replace this. The way that I love to do my nose contour is with this particular brush. A quick honorable mention for me from that month, the Naked Cosmetics highlighter palette. I know not everybody got it, but because I don't use it every day, I feel like it's not like a best, but it's something I enjoy using and I am wearing today. The product that was a worst for me that month was the vintage eyeliner. I do not have that anymore, but for me, that just never worked. But honestly, for my eyes, pencils don't work that well. I feel like I have too round of eyes and things get really smudgy. And if I'm gonna do a liner, I want it to be crisp. I want it to be a wing. I don't really do much of a smoky look at all. And that particular pencil just did not work on me. I tried to make it work so many times, but a lot of you said you didn't like it either. So that for me was definitely in the worst pile. March was kind of a fickle month for me personally. Let's see what I got. Kind of patchy on first application. We got something that I was so excited about and it ended up being just meh, okay. Some of my subscribers said they loved it and it was that Pure eyeshadow palette. This is just a quick conversation. This isn't the worst for me, but that's what I was most excited for that month and it was such a letdown compared to the Pure Soiree Diaries palette. So I was just like, over it. Something that really became a worst for me rather quickly was the Pretty Vulgar blush. I got that really, really pink one and I held on to it for such a long time trying to make it work. But that particular shade for my skin tone never really worked well. So I had to quickly pass that on to someone else who I thought could love it more than me. And the packaging on that was just really plasticky. It fell apart on me. I was just ready to be done with that blush. So that for me made my worst list. But keep in mind also, everybody gets little different things in the box, which is why my personal best and worst is going to be different from your best and worst, which is why I'm really excited to hear what you guys say in my next video where I'm asking you guys what were your favorites in each category so we could do the Boxycharm awards. But that month I know a lot of people got a really good mascara. I got the Bad Butter London Double Decker and mine was dry. That's why I said I got a bad one because it just was not good. I didn't like the consistency, the formula, anything. But I know so many of you are probably going to be like, you forgot that mascara. No, I just didn't get the good one, but so many of my subscribers did, so I wish I got that one. April was a great month for me because I am obsessed with ColourPop. ColourPop is something I invest my own dollars in all the time, and I was so excited when everyone was going to be getting an eyeshadow palette from ColourPop. And I know a lot of people were kind of bummed because they found out they had a palette in their box that they already had. My biggest thing is to always say give it to a friend for a birthday, Christmas, or donate it to a women's shelter. These are amazing shadows that absolutely are worthy of sharing. I happened to get one that I didn't already have. This is the Semi Precious palette. I'm wearing some of this on my eyes today. I do pair this a lot with some other ColourPop shadows that I already have, and I love it, but I think ColourPop is amazing, so I was so glad that Boxycharm collabed with them. Ooh, another product that I was so excited to get and try, and it opened me up to a new way to do my brows, was a Brow Gal product. This is the Brow Gal Instant Brown Hair 02. At first, I really wasn't sure how to properly use it because at the time my brows were kind of sparse and I was feeling like some areas got filled in better than others. So it took me a while to play with it, but this opened me up to so many opportunities to try different things for my brows because I mostly use a pencil. I'm kind of a creature of habit, but I really enjoyed putting this in after I did some pencil, putting this in my brows. I think it does great. I was really liking getting stuff that I had never tried, and that's one of the things I love about Boxycharm is you get things that you maybe wouldn't think to buy yourself, and then you find a new way to do your makeup. I love that. Okay, so this might be an unpopular opinion, and that's okay. And like I always say, different makeup does different things for different people. For me, the Tarteist liquid highlighter, it's not my jam, but I have oily skin, and for me, I always have a very difficult time using liquid highlighters because so much of my makeup is powder based. So first I would forget what order I'm supposed to put it in because I like to do highlighter last with powder because it's like the icing on the cake, but I can't do that with liquid. So I would always be mindful to when I needed to put it on, but for me that was just too glittery and it was kind of like moving my foundation. I just think it's just not something that works with my skill set with makeup or what brings me joy as far as makeup goes. So I was happy to gift that to someone else, but for me and my skin, no matter how many times I tried to use it, it just wasn't working. Yeah, yes, and I always hear you guys tell me, use that kind of stuff on your shoulders, on your legs, in a lotion, and I do that too, but I got so many of those from Boxycharm through the years where it's a liquid, it's like you can only have so much, right? So it's best to gift stuff to friends and other people that you know will get more joy out of it. But for me, that was a personal worst. Totally okay if it's still your favorite. I know a lot of you love it. Ooh, so May was an interesting month. I had a best and a worst that month. And I feel like I had so many great products from there. There are some things that would be getting like an honorable mention for me, but they're not a best, they're not a worst. But there are two things that stood out to me. I really still enjoy the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I still use this a lot. Right before I do my makeup, I just put this on, kind of let it sit a little bit, and then I go in with my foundation, and I feel like it does a great job of holding my ish together and blurring some of those large pores that are right here for me. I really like this. For me, this is definitely a best. But a worst for me that month was the Pretty Vulgar Liner. Now, I said this in my intro of that video when I was doing an unboxing for you. Oh yes, the Pretty Vulgar Liner. Ooh, my cap is really loose. I hope it's not dried out now. This was like super loose. The lid was not properly secured, so I know that some people truly loved that liner, but I have a feeling that theirs wasn't kind of open, so it kind of dried out a bit. I couldn't get that liner to do anything. Definitely made my worst list. But tell me if you are still using that liner, because I know there were people that had it at that time that said, oh my god, that was amazing. I use it all the time. It gives me a great wing. I can do anything with it. Is it still great for you? Has it lasted the test of time or not at all? I'm curious about that one. June. June is maybe one of my favorite months this year, and we got so many amazing things that you just can't help but scream it from the mountaintops. When you're a makeup lover, you just know when you get good stuff. The LMR palette was one of those things that I was like, oh, this is Gabby. She works at Boxycharm. That's great that we got one of her brand new launch pieces of makeup in the box. That's awesome. Great word of mouth. Great marketing. Is it any good though? Is it any good? It's on my eyes today. I am obsessed. I love it so much. And she just had another palette come out that I'm tempted to get just because I love this one so much. It is extremely pigmented. The El Malcon shade and the La Costa shade are stunning as well. As far as like putting these babies on your lid, getting any kind of like eyeshadow primer down with this, and then putting a little glitter primer right there. Oh, amazing. Obsessed. This for me is top for 2018 because this sucker is amazing, and I've worn it to so many events. It's a little embarrassing. No, I'm not embarrassed because it's that good. Then that same month, we also got Luxe Trios. I mean, what did I do to deserve all this amazingness? What did we do, Boxycharm gods? I don't know, but I'm so grateful for it. These are amazing brushes. We got like the face trio. I don't even know the proper name for it, but I use these all the time. Look how dirty they are. Have I washed them today? No, I haven't for this video because I use them all the time. Oh, also, that is the same month that we got a little Sol Janeiro. This is the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. We got a little sample of it, and all of us were like, how much is it to get a big one? Because obsessed. Love this so much. I still have a little bit left because I've been like trying to save it. It smells like vacation. I know some people were like, oh, I don't really like that smell, and that's okay. the lotion, it's amazing. But again, if you don't like it, gift it, because it's awesome. Something I was not a big fan of that month, though, there was a dud in that box, which was kind of shocking because it was such an amazing box. But when you're hyped up, you can't help but notice, oh, this one thing is not as good. And what do I have to do to get Jante Blue out of my box for the rest of my life? Someone tell me. I don't have that product anymore because it sucked and I decluttered it. It was the Jante Blue liner. For me, that was just too firm of a product. It didn't work for my skin. It didn't work for the way I apply makeup. So many of you let me know that as soon as you got it, you were like, ugh. Gone. Not a fan. It's definitely not my favorite either, and that was a product I didn't even hold on to for very long at all. It was in a declutter real quick. Ooh, July was actually pretty good too. We got another, I think every month this year we got a palette. A face palette and eyeshadow palette. We got a palette. So this year, I mean, Boxycharm, first of all, thank you for that. We got a crown, well, at least I got a crown eyeshadow palette. Not everybody got that particular eyeshadow palette, but it's okay. It's not my favorite compared to, like, when you're hyped up like this, like, it was okay. Not terrible, not amazing. But something that was amazing for me is I got the Pharmacy Bright On Face Mask. Again, this is a this or that situation, so you may not have gotten this. I use this all the time. It really does help to kind of like detoxify the skin, and it does also help with my markings. Like, I kind of have like freckly, I don't know, marked up. Every time I go to the dermatologist, they're like, you're just the kind of skin type that gets prone to marks on your face from environment, sun, anything. And this has really helped a lot. I'm obsessed with this, and this really opened up my eyes to Pharmacy. I'd never had Pharmacy, and I love it so much. Another thing we got in the box that month that I shockingly like, and if you're newer to my channel, you may not know, blushes aren't exactly my jam. I don't always gravitate to a blush, so the Note blush kind of surprised me. Now, this is a color that I can get down with. This is the shade Desert Rose, and it is very intense, like super crazy pigmented. How you doing? But I really like it to go with a lot of my warm eye looks. I also like that it's really great for travel. It's in this nice little compact. I've been doing a lot of traveling about the past month, so taking this with me was a breeze. I really like it, and it gets a very great honorable mention for me, and I'm not a blush girl, so that says something. Something that I got, though, that I did not jam with, and I know some of my subscribers said they really liked it or they really didn't like it. For me and my eye shape, it did not work, and it was the Wander Beauty mascara. I don't know what it was about that for me. It was a very thin formula. It didn't do much for my eyes at all. It was in an interesting tube though, so it was something that I thought, oh, this could be really unique. I wondered how quickly it was going to dry out in that type of packaging because it wasn't in the normal mascara tube. I have very round eyes, and I always say this about mascaras, that unless it can really like compete with how round my eyes look, it may just give me a little bit of tint to my eyes or a little bit of length, but nothing that's like amazing. I've got some drugstore mascaras this year that I just fell in love with that couldn't compete for me, and I really didn't keep it in my collection long. It was too thin, so I don't know if it was already dried out, if I just got a bad one, but the Wander Beauty mascara was definitely on my worst list this year. August was kind of a tough month for Boxycharm. There's a couple of different reasons for that we're not going to get into right now. This video is already long enough. But something that I really loved from that box was a this or that situation, and it was the thing I didn't want. I didn't want this product at all. I think there was, I can't remember what the alternative is at this point, but now it's in my best of 2018, so again, Boxycharm, thanks for showing up to the party and giving me amazing items. This is my House of Lashes lashes. These are my Nora Fairy Light lashes. I really like these. I think they're really pretty. I thought they would be just too much. Now, I know there were some other variations that were a little Halloween-y, and a lot of people were like, I can't use it, and I get it. I mostly only wear these when I'm filming. In real life, they're kind of crazy, but every time I wear them on camera, you guys are like, what lashes are those? They look really good on you. Again, I have really big round eyes, so that might be why such full lashes can work for me, but mostly on camera. In person, it's a bit much. So the fact that this was something I didn't even want in my box, ended up getting, started using, and I've reused it, tells you that's pretty amazing, and I like it. A big fail for me that month, and a big fail for so many people, including Boxycharm that month, was the Laura Lee Animal Party palette. That palette just didn't speak to me on a couple of different levels. One, I love bold shades. I will always be down for a bold shade, but the formula just did not work for me, especially when we've already gotten something with bold shades that came to play so amazingly, is pigmented, not chalky, no fallout. This was hard to beat after that. So when you give us the Laura Lee palette and it wasn't It wasn't amazing. It wasn't even okay. I had to declutter that, and I gifted that one away. She also had a scandal at that exact time, which we're not getting into. Either way, that was a huge worst for me this year. September changed the game for Boxycharm. It just did. That was the month that we got our BoxyLuxes, if we were lucky enough to get them. I got so many things from that box that I just really love. But starting with the products that everybody got, the Alamar brushes. The Alamar brushes, to go with the Alamar palette, little bit, amazing. I use these a ton. I use these in tandem with my Luxie brushes. I use them all the time. I think they're great. This one's actually my favorite though. This is the, there's no name on them. So this is just, you know, the blending brush. It's got nice long bristles, so if I need to get deep into my crease here, I can, and I love it. I like these too, but this one's kind of a standout for me. Something I got in my BoxyLuxe though was this Luxie 732 Airbrush Foundation brush. I am more of a blender girl, so the fact that this became a favorite for me was kind of shocking even to me. Again, I have oily skin. I'm kind of a creature of habit with how I start my makeup. So the fact that I was giving this a try was kind of a big deal, but the fact that I used it for weeks and weeks and weeks after that, I was like, oh my gosh, this really has helped. I didn't see stroke marks. I didn't see brush marks. Everything just went on so beautifully when I would use this brush. I really like it, and it's definitely one of my favorites this year. Two other things that I got in my BoxyLuxe that were standouts for me were a Smashbox So Chill Photo Finish Primer Water and my Juice Beauty Anti-Wrinkle Moisturizer. I really wanted this for a while, and I just hadn't bought it yet, so the fact that I got it essentially for free almost in my BoxyLuxe was pretty fantastic. I've already used so much of it that I had to like back off on it. It's like down to here now. It was getting into birthday season for me. A couple months later, I was getting ready to have a birthday, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should start trying some moisturizers again. I have very sensitive skin, so I have a tendency to break out, and this did not break me out. This is the Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Moisturizer. It's done great. I put this on under my makeup at the end of my day, and my skin feels so soft. October, I had about 2 things that stayed on my best list and one that was definitely on the worst list, and I kept trying to make it not on the worst list, but it just stayed there no matter what I tried. But for the best first. This was a this or that situation, and this is the Green Clean from Pharmacy. Again, I'd never had Pharmacy until this year. Obsessed. This Green Clean can take off any crazy bold eye look I choose to do that day, any bold lip I've chosen to do. This stuff is a rock star in keeping my ish clean, and I'm obsessed. So grateful that I got this. And I got a lippy that month. I got the Kat Von D Lolita shade. Now I totally understand that there is some controversy around her as a person itself, but this is just going to be about the makeup because I try everything for you guys. I really like the lip shade. I've worn this a ton when I'm putting on like a gloss on top or something glittery that we got in the box from future boxes. I put this on as a base, and it does a great job. The color shade totally works for me. Now we're getting to some things that I do physically have on hand as far as my worst list goes. So a worst eyeshadow palette for me is something that I hate when I have an eyeshadow palette I don't love, because my eyeshadow palettes are kryptonite. I love them. It's the thing that I always like, I knuckle under and I buy every time, or I'm like, no, I'll make it work because I love eyeshadow palettes. The Pure Midnight Masquerade palette just didn't do it for me. I've used these on my face and on my eyes. I think this mirror is hysterical. I'm like, I can't do much with this. Just give me a couple more shades. That would have been nice. Some matte shades to kind of help out with this would have been grand. This green shade I liked a lot. A lot. These other shades had so much fallout. This matte shade was very, there's so many things about this that didn't blend well. A lot of fallout. I think it was this color Exposed. I had to layer up like 5 times in order to achieve the opaqueness that I wanted from the color. I was just really disappointed in this palette because it looked like a really promising palette. Oh my gosh, we're to November already. And an eyeshadow palette that I am wearing on my eyes today, I wore it to my holiday festivities this year. I even traveled with it, is my Ace Beauté Grandiose eyeshadow palette. Kind of wish it had a mirror for travel because I said I traveled with it. These shadows are super pigmented. I mean, you can build up a look with this in no time at all. The formulas are great. I've tried every color from poppy to clove to cinnamon. I mean, all of it. I really like this palette. best and for sure. The lashes that I'm wearing today are Lashaholic. I believe, again, these were something or this or that situation, and I was like, oh, I have so many lashes, I don't need another set. I got these, I really like them. They fit my round eyes really well. They became a best really quickly for me. I really like them because they go on super simple. I don't have to overthink my lashes and go. I really like that. And of course, we got more Luxe brushes. You can keep throwing all the Luxe brushes at me you want, Boxycharm. I'm not gonna stop accepting them and using them. I really like how detailed these are. These are really small compared to what we usually get, and I really enjoy that, especially with the Ace Beauté palette. And they're like gold shimmery and like their holiday feeling. It kind of helps differentiate them in my little collection of brushes over there, so love these so much. Something I don't love so much that I do have here on hand, I've talked about this in my previous videos, this is my Cover FX glitter drops. For the value that these are $44 or something crazy like that. I wish that there was tests, like little tests being like, hey, do you want this, do you want that? Because someone else would love this so much. I just don't. It's not my jam. Again, oily skin. Yeah, I can wear it on my skin, but I also got the Sol Janeiro body stuff back in September that this does better than this. So why would I go with this when I could use this? You know what I mean? Not my favorite in the least, kind of a worst for me. But it's me personally. I know some of you love it. It's one of your bests. I totally get it. Oh, look, that month we got another Jeanté blue liner. Make it stop. Make it stop. This was the Glittering Star eyeliner, and I kept trying on camera, off camera to make this work for you guys, for me, for the universe, for Jeanté blue to have a redeeming name. It just doesn't happen for me. You see the sparkles on your swatches, on your hand, all those good things. On your eye, you don't really see them. It doesn't do much. Boxycharm, please hear me. Get Jeanté blue out of my boxes. Get them out. I don't want them. Let's talk in the next video, too, that I do about brands we don't want to see in Boxycharm anymore. Let's take a poll. December. We're there. We got here. Are you still here? Do you have a snack? You got a blankie? I'm telling you, these videos are long, but they're worth it, I promise. I feel like I should be getting sponsored by Luxe with how much I'm talking about their brushes, but yeah, here's my notes about why I like each individual one of them. I love my Luxe brushes. I got this in my December BoxyLuxe. Obsessed, still using it. I need to organize all these brushes I got this year. Boxycharm must know that I was hitting my mid-30s this year, and they were like, sister, let's help you out with some amazing skincare, not just the random skincare that's gonna break you out. Because they sent me the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream. And I have really liked this. This is a great day cream that I put on underneath my makeup, all my makeup. And I could never do that in my 20s. It would break my skin out real fast. And so far, as much as I've been using this, I have not broken out. This is a high dollar item I got in my BoxyLuxe for my variety, which one I got. And I'm really liking it so far. It's like the makeup gods knew, okay, you keep piling this on your face, let's take care of your skin too. And I appreciate that. One of the last things I'm gonna talk about here is something that is a worst for me. I got the Lorac Pro Lash Pomade. This has a gorgeous brush to it that really helps you curl your lashes and kind of build it up, but the formula is so darn thin, I said this in my last video, that it does nothing for my particular lashes. So I love the actual physical wand on this, but the formula does not cut it for me, and that really made it my worst this year. Whew. Guys, I love filming these videos for you. Every month I go deep in depth with my Boxycharm videos, and this video is like the icing on the cake for me. I just think this is the best video I could do all year. This is my gift to you every year. For voting for the next video, I really hope you check out my community tab to be sure to let me know, what palette did you love? What makeup brush did you love? What brand would you love to never see in our boxes again? I am dying to hear what you guys say. And if you want to win this baby, go on over to my community tab as well. Let me know you want to be entered, and for a second entry, go to my Instagram. Follow me there and comment on the image as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. And if you happen to be new to my crazy little channel, hi new friends. I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. Bye friends.